Can I take your name, please, love?
Dawson. Rose Dawson.
This is the most beautiful love confession in the world. Titanic after 27 years and realized that it is not just a love story. When people are immersed in love, how should they choose when faced with life and death? The film also portrays the choice between life and dignity. How realistic is the good and evil in people's hearts at the critical moment of disaster? How to balance passion and desire in the face of career, the ugly faces of different classes, and the grandeur and magnificence of art. When the familiar melody plays again, "My Heart Will Go On" is already deeply engraved in everyone's heart. In 1912, after experiencing two industrial revolutions, Europe and America had entered the rapidly operating mechanical age. The British White Star Line had built the world's largest superliner. Named after the Titans in Greek mythology, it was called the Never Silent Dream Ship. The facilities on board were extremely luxurious. It is said that a first-class ticket cost equivalent to the total annual income of an average person at the time, and the Titanic's destination was New York, the city known as the City of Dreams. People from all over the world flocked to it, all wanting to personally experience the maiden voyage of this dream cruise ship, hoping to find a chance to turn their lives around after arriving in New York. At that time, the aristocratic title was like a fish in water. Even after his father's death and the family's decline, Luce's aristocratic status was still used by his mother as a bargaining chip to arrange a marriage with the son of the local steel tycoon, thus securing his future wealth and status. At the same time, Carl would also complete his transformation from a businessman to an aristocrat. However, facing this mutually beneficial marriage, Luce's heart was filled with disgust and rejection. In his eyes, he was like a delicate doll in a shop window, and this dream ship was like a dark cage. However, this was in the port bar that a spirited young man is working hard to board a cruise ship. As a wandering artist, he and his friend gambled their entire fortune and successfully won 2 third-class tickets. Jack, who is very lucky, is immersed in the longing and excitement of the giant ship. When he learns that there are only 5 minutes left before departure, they run as fast as they can. Filled with boundless hope and anticipation for the future, we finally stepped onto this dream cruise ship. As the thunderous horn sounded, the ship officially set sail amidst everyone's wishes. The media recorded this historic moment. Hundreds of workers were busy with their tasks, speeding forward. At this moment, the vast sea seemed to be cleaning up posters for the Titanic, and groups of dolphins leaped into the waves. It seems to be protecting people, but the different classes of cabins also divide passengers into different classes. The third-class cabin is cramped and crowded, and the passengers are mostly unrefined. The first-class cabin is spacious, comfortable, elegant, and luxurious. The dignitaries are outwardly polite and refined, and their every move displays their arrogant etiquette. In private, they will bring their pets to the third-class cabin. For Luce, the only sanctuary at this moment is these paintings in front of him. Although the artist is a nobody named Picasso, Luce feels that his style is both realistic and illogical, and he will surely achieve success in the art world in the future. Unexpectedly, Carl scoffed at his fiancée's taste, because in his eyes, art was far less profitable than business. Rose didn't deny it, but she also ignored him. She was already tired of these hypocritical upper-class people, couldn't stand their pretense, and disliked flattery. So he hurriedly left and went alone to the deck to relax. The golden sunset shone on Rose, outlining his silhouette into a handsome painting. Jack was instantly captivated by her, and his burning gaze was quickly noticed by Rose. Although she advised him to be serious and not to have any unrealistic ideas, love arises without warning, and in a fleeting moment, Jack discerns Rose's sorrow and helplessness from her resistance to men. At the high society banquet that night, Rose is once again overwhelmed by the oppressive environment around her. Finally, she explodes, running towards the deck at the bow of the ship with a death wish. At the same time, Jack is reminiscing about a certain color under the brilliant starry sky.
Don't do it.
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Come on. Just give me your hand. I'll pull you back over.
No! Stay where you are! I mean it!
No, you won't.
What do you mean, no, I won't? Don't presume to tell me what I will and will not do. You don't know me.
You let go, and I'm gonna have to jump in there after you.
He then took a different approach and told him that the seawater temperature was close to 0 degrees Celsius, and that the moment he fell in, his skin would be torn apart as if he were being cut into 1,000 pieces. At that time, even the most beautiful face would be unrecognizable. Sure enough, Luce quickly became frightened. Although he knew nothing about the man in front of him, he instinctively placed his hand on the other's palm. The surrounding wind howled, and the air was biting cold. They introduced themselves to each other. But the next second, Luce's shoe accidentally stepped on the hem of her skirt, causing her to lose her balance and slide down. Fortunately, Jack managed to grab the other person.